Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am your girl, SJ. This is my first official YouTube channel that I have literally been putting off for months and months and months and months. So I am so proud of myself for actually just going through with it and just putting this out and just seeing where it goes. So the name of my YouTube channel is Music, Life, and Love. Why I decided to create this channel is because I'm a lover of music. I have been listening to music ever since I could hear coming out of the womb, hear sounds. I have just always been listening to music. I have so many memories of so many different songs that I think it might be a good idea for me to create a channel where I can talk about specific memories and the song attached to the memory, whether it's bad or good or just is. So I thought it'd be good to just kind of go through a journey and kind of have some story times, kind of have some lessons attached to different songs. And at the end of the day, this channel is really about everything and nothing because it's pure entertainment for me. I kind of like to talk about music as it relates to um, what I like, what I don't like, and what I remember about a specific moment in my life as it relates to that song. So, yeah, just come along with me in this journey as I just, like I said, talk about everything and nothing. So, the first thing I want to talk about before I get into um, what I'm going to talk about is a question. The question is, what song could you not listen to for a very long time due to some experience that you had related to that song, whether it was traumatic, sad, or whatever feeling that you had attached to that song that made you feel like you could not listen to that song ever without it evoking some type of emotion. I'll go first. So, this story took place at a time in my life about 15 and a half, maybe 14 years ago. Um, I was in a relationship with a guy, and the overall relationship was fun. It was a fun relationship. I mean, we had our ups and downs, but the whole basis of the relationship was fun. It was a short-lived relationship, but the little compact time that we had together, a lot of things happened, but it was fun and um, it felt a little bit of not adventurous, but experience. It was just a whole lot of experience in this particular relationship that I did not have prior to. So I'm going to spare a lot of details. I'm just going to get straight to um, the song that really shook me up for a while and couldn't listen to for a while. So, um, me and one of my good friends, she takes me out. As I mentioned, I was in a relationship and we were just going through a really, really rough patch to where I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew that I had made a decision that was based um, off of what I felt was right and also to protect my mental health going forward. So I made a decision that was right for me. Um, Not necessarily the best decision. The other person thought it was the best decision, and that's why we clashed. So that's that. So at any rate, my friend drags me out. We go out. we go to some party. Can't remember what kind of. Anyway, we're out. I get dressed. I put on my nice little black dress. I have my hair down. It's a good night. So we are talking. We're moving around through the crowd, just meeting people, just having a really good time. Like at this point, it has been a while since I've been out. So we are like I said, just moving around the crowd, just talking, just having a good time. I'm relaxed, I got a little drink in my hand and I'm feeling good about myself. So then this guy comes up to me, very easy on the eyes, very well spoken, very well mannered. He seemed like he had a lot going for him just on the surface. We started talking, just filling out the situation or whatever, but he immediately tells me that he is actively looking for a woman, actively looking for a relationship and looking to get married. Like that came, after our conversation. We had been talking for a while. And I was just like, flattered. But I told him, I said, no, unfortunately, um, I'm not, I can't give you that because I'm in a situation right now where I'm trying to figure out myself first and foremost, and how to move forward. So I'm not in any capacity to entertain anyone who is actively looking for, you know, someone to love, someone to be with. Um, I just didn't have it for him. So, he was like, all right, cool, it's fine, I find you very attractive. We had a great conversation, you have good conversation, you can hold a conversation and, things of that nature. So, I was flattered by that. I was very flattered by that, but I couldn't entertain what he wanted. So my friend comes over and, she kind of jumps in the conversation. Oh, hey, this is so and so, and I introduced them, da 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 da. And she was like, did you get his number? And I'm like, no. So she literally um, takes his phone and put my number in it. So, I mean, y'all know how the girls do back in the day. So it was nothing I could do about that. I just roll with it, whatever. So, that being said, he got my number. He calls, the next day, and throughout the week we were chit chatting, texting, and things like that. So, Saturday, it was either Saturday or Friday rolls around. At this time, it's like, it's the following week, and he calls. Um, it's late in the evening. I'm chilling at home. I'm just chilling by myself, just trying to sort things out. So we're on the phone. We're having a good conversation. My phone rings. I say, hey, to the guy I'm talking to. I said, let me take this call. I'm going to call you back in a little bit. He was like, all right, cool. So in that conversation, I then start talking to the guy that I'm in a relationship with. We're, you know, trying to figure out things. He asked me to, can I come over? And I say, no, I don't want to, whatever it is that you want to talk to me about, we can talk over the phone. So then, of course, he starts saying, pleading, I really want to see you, that I like all of this. And I'm just like, what is it? Anyway, needless to say, I end up going over there. By this time, it's like 11 p.m., almost probably midnight. I get there. We start, I get settled in. And then, we talk because, what are we doing? So we talk. It's not really going too well because we have completely different opinions. And at this time, the decision that I made is it is what it is now. So we just have to figure this thing out. Either we are going to be together or we're not, and we're just going to. And if we're not, we just got to make that work. Um, so um, yeah, so we're talking about that, and it's just not going well. It's getting a little heated. I'm getting a little emotional, and things are going through my head. Like, I really just want to not even deal with this with him anymore. So my phone rings, and guess what song gets playing? Usher, Love in This Club. So that song is the song that had me in a chokehold for a while. I couldn't listen to it for so long, and um, so yeah, that song came out in 2008 of May 13th, 2000, or the album did rather. So if I remember correctly, um, obviously the single came out before the album did because you know how they release singles. But anyway, so the song is playing. That's my ringtone, and I had a Razor magenta color Nokia phone, and it was a flip phone. I love that phone so much. Um, so that song comes on, and it's the chorus of it. Y'all know the song, how it comes on, and just immediately, like, the song is on, and you immediately have a drink in your hand. Specifically for me, I would have a dirty martini. If you know, you know. Dirty martinis are my drink. Um, so yeah, the phone rings, and it's like, who's calling me at this time of night? Well, it's the guy that I was talking to earlier today. I never called him back. Um, so the guy that I'm in a relationship with answers the phone. Conversation in short went a little bit like this. Hello, and the guy was like, hey, is so and so around? And he's just as confused, like, why are you asking for my girl or whatever? It was just the wildest thing, like the audacity of a guy. And I don't know why, because I've never been in a situation to where I would call um a dude, and a girl answers the phone, and I proceed to ask for the guy as if I called his parents' house. Like, I don't know if I would do that. I would probably just hang up and be like, I don't know, wait for him to call me back. I don't know. That would make me nervous. I don't play those kinds of games anyway, so it would have made me really nervous. I probably just hung up the phone. But the very fact that this guy asked for me was just wild. But whatever. Um, So the guy that I'm with was like, who is this? And so the guy tells him his name. Oh, we met such and such place, da da da, which is all true, but it was just weird. So he was like, nah, man, she she can't talk right now. Just like, this is so crazy. So they have a couple of words. The phone call ends. And so the phone rings again. So now we're talking about the phone call. We're arguing. It's escalating. Things are being said. Names are being called. Like, it is just escalating very, very quickly. The phone is still ringing though. The phone had played. The song was playing for a good 2.5 minutes, and it's just a chorus, and the chorus is playing over and over and over, because you know how sometimes when you pick a ringtone, you pick certain parts of the song, and that's the part that kind of plays over and over and over. So the chorus is literally playing over and over and over and over. Meanwhile, we're having this really traumatic discussion, so loud, so bad that his dad comes downstairs just to kind of check things out, because that's how chaotic it sounds. And so then something happened to where it was kind of like I spaced out. It was nothing crazy, not like no violence or nothing, but something happened into which I confirmed that I can't do this no more. And so that was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. Is that the right saying? But anyway, so yeah, so that happened, and he called his friends over. I think they came over that same night. Um, I think I might have stayed. I can't remember if I stayed or if I got up early in the morning and left. but I was just like, yo, I can't continue to go through this situation any longer. Excuse me. So that happened, and that song was just playing and playing and playing. Usher's "Love in His Club." Like it's such a great song. Like it is such a good song. Um, y'all know the vibes of the song. You know, so for years, I made like for a long time, like the song would come on the radio and I would have to turn it off. I couldn't listen to it. And the mess up thing is that it was one of my favorite songs. Like I love that song so much. It was giving like fantasy club love, like hence the song. The beat was great. The lyrics are great. Like Usher is great. The whole song itself was just a great vibe. Like it's a great club song that really puts you in the mind of like you're looking for love. And this is all a fantasy because maybe you found love in the club, maybe not. Maybe it's just a one night thing that you just really want to have a good night with some random person, just kind of make you feel good and just enjoy the night. Or maybe you actually find love or whatever and just feeling this person so much like that's just what it feels like. I love the song so much. So for a while though, the song would play on the radio and like I couldn't listen to it. I would have to turn it off. I would have to change the station. Like for a long time, I could not listen to the song. And it wasn't until a, a now this, like I said, this was like 14 years ago. It wasn't until maybe maybe a year ago, me and my husband. Now we have obviously moved past this part. He has went his separate way. I have went my separate ways. We're both married. There's no love lost. It was just an experience. I think that taught us a lot. So I'm married. He's married, and so now fast forward to about maybe a year ago. I'm at home. We had a couple of friends over at the house, and the song comes on. I literally tensed up, and I had to excuse myself for a moment because I immediately went to that very traumatic experience in my life, and I'm like, "Yo, what is happening?" So I had to just excuse myself to kind of gather myself. Um, but then I realized that I didn't really feel it. I didn't feel the the heart palpitations, everything that comes with the adrenaline of feeling scared. It was just kind of like, oh, actually you're okay. You're fine. Um, it's okay. You can listen to the song now. Like it's fine. You made a really big decision years ago and hesitated years ago, had some regret years ago because you didn't know if this was the right decision or not. But each day that went forward, I knew that I was making the right decision. So when this moment came, it was like, actually, you're okay. Like I did tense up, but after I walked away, I felt okay. It was the weirdest thing um, because I didn't want to have such a horrible memory attached to such a great song. Because the song is so good. Like the song is so good. So it was just like, oh, you're okay now. It was a moment that you had. Um, it was a learning experience. So in that moment, it felt like a release almost. It was almost like a release to detach myself from that ill emotion that I had. It was very weird. Um, and so, even more recently, though, the Super Bowl, obviously, there was a concert at the Super Bowl. And that was one of the songs that he performed. And it comes on, they only played a little bit of it. And at that point, it felt really liberating. Um, I was okay. I jammed out. It was just I thoroughly enjoyed that concert so much so that I was like, man, I really need to get to an Usher concert. But listen, those tickets are crazy expensive. I'm just gonna put that out there. But anyway, so I was listening to that song. I'm like, I felt like I was released. I felt like I could actually not I've been moved forward, but it did not that song and that memory did not hold me hostage anymore. I was completely fine and okay, and I was able to actually enjoy the song with my 16-year-old daughter and her friend. And we just kind of talked about Usher because they are so Usher fans and they want to go to his concert. I'm like, no, because that's an adult concert, 16-year-olds, and like y'all don't need to be there. Um, so anyway, that's a separate conversation. So yeah, like that was a song that I couldn't listen to forever. And I'm so glad that now I'm at a place where it doesn't hold me hostage anymore, or make me feel guilty about the decision that I made or anything like that. I'm thoroughly convinced, and I know that I've made the right decision every day up until this point. Um, that things are going to be and have been okay. So yeah, that's actually the song that I couldn't listen to. So let me know in the comments. Um, what's your song that you couldn't listen to? How did you overcome it? Like and subscribe.